नीचे दिए हुए लाल बटन पर क्लिक करके इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और घंटी के बटन को क्लिक करना ना भूलें। बीकेटी मीडिया प्राइवेट लिमिटेड।
Namaskar, this is Shilpa Bhawana and once again a very warm welcome to yet another exciting episode of Chartered Accountants, The Growth Gears. It is presented by the Committee for Members in Industry and Business, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India.
In today's times, organizations are becoming more dynamic as there is a shift in approach and they focus not only on profit but also on people and planet. Since ICAI has a strong tradition of service to the country to ensure sustainable economic development, it is actively playing a role of facilitator to the corporate through its Sustainability Reporting Standards Board. This board is relentlessly working to augment the culture of accurate and reliable non-financial reporting, develop reporting metrics for sustainable development goals, benchmarking sustainability disclosures, strengthening assurance framework for non-financial information and capacity building of the profession.
Friends, politics is a field of work where you need to dream big, you need to have a greater vision. But dreams don't work until you promise yourself, until you pledge yourself that you are really going to work hard to turn those dreams into reality. Our guest for today is a man who has really worked hard and who strongly believes that commitment unlocks the doors of imagination. It allows vision that serves with an opportunity to turn those dreams into reality. My dear friends, our guest today is a well-known politician and he's also a chartered accountant by qualification. He has been the driving force behind various policies and the initiatives taken by Government of India for the betterment of society. My dear friends, we are going to be in talks with Member of Parliament today, CA Suresh Prabhu. Yes, he is a chartered accountant and really a good one.
Born on 11th July 1953 in Mumbai, Suresh Prabhakar Prabhu, well known as Suresh Prabhu, is a renowned politician of India. A chartered accountant by profession, he joined politics in March 1996 and he has been a four-time Member of Parliament. Being acknowledged for bringing revolution in the power sector through transformational policies in his long political career, Suresh Prabhu has held various significant cabinet portfolios of the country. Presently representing Andra Pradesh and Rajya Sabha, Suresh Prabhu is the man who is acknowledged for bringing positive transformation in the society.
Sir, welcome to our show.
Thank you very much.
Sir, I would like to know that when we talk about the politics, it is a field of service. And when we talk about the chartered accountant, it is basically a field of professional body of work. And you have the amalgamation of both. So how does it flows?
You know, if you really look at it, I fully agree with you that politics is service, undoubtedly. And chartered accountant is professional, also service, professional service. Then you start discharging your responsibilities in politics. It's a very complex issue. You may not even understand the implication of one policy decision that you take on a much larger population of the country or even in the world. If you are, of course, it depends upon what decision you're taking. But in that situation, not having professional competence is a big handicap. So if you are actually equipped with professional knowledge to understand the complexities, to also probably look into the future and understand the consequences of your own action that you are taking today, it will help you. So a chartered accountant can actually be in a better position to discharge responsibilities of public servant, of discharging responsibilities as a minister or in many capacities that you are handling in politics. So that really helps. If you want, I'll give one example because you just mentioned it. I was a Minister of Power in Atal Bihari Vajpayee's government. And when I was a Minister of Power, people used to say that you are a very powerful minister.
Yes, of
So
course.
because I'm Power Minister. So I said, you're absolutely wrong. I'm a Power Minister, but powerless minister, because there was a power shortage. At that time was 18% of the peak level shortage.
Okay.
And there was all over the country, there was a load shedding. The quality of power, it's not just quantity, but quality of power was so poor that many times your equipments, electrical equipments will get completely damaged because of fluctuation in voltage. So I said, I will try to cure this problem and I will try to make power sector power surplus from power deficit. So people used to laugh at me, say, how is it possible?
Yeah. But they didn't know, they are talking to a chartered accountant.
And that from 89,000 megawatts of installed capacity, today we have got thrice of that size, more than thrice.
Wonderful.
Only because we made one law called Electricity Act, which Electricity Act actually helped to increase the capacity, got private sector into the power sector and really changed it. In fact, I remember one very interesting incident. When I was a power minister, I made a presentation to the cabinet, which is very rare because you don't make presentation to cabinet. Cabinet discusses only agendas.
Yes, of
on
course.
business agenda. I made a presentation on power sector. Of course, that was the greatness of Prime
That
Minister
was unique.
Vajpayee ji,
Yeah.
who agreed to allow me. And Arun Jaitley was the Minister of State for Commerce, I think. And he then went to the CA program, and that's why I'm mentioning it. There was a Chartered Accountant Annual Day program, 1st of July. He went there and he said that I'm impressed with Chartered Accountant because Suresh Prabhu, as a power minister, but also as a Chartered Accountant, which he always is, he made a presentation to the cabinet. And then we understood the complexity as well as the challenges of the power sector.
Right.
And that only a Chartered Accountant could do. So this was a big tribute, not only to me, but
to the
I would say to the
profession.
profession. And I really owe it to my profession. So if you ask me a good question, politics is service. But to render that service, if you don't have professional competence, professional knowledge, that helps a great deal if you have it. If you don't have it, of course, you're handicapped. So I think I really, really owe it to the Chartered Accountant Institute for giving me training and making me a qualified Chartered Accountant. Of course, this is now 44 years ago.
So I just wanted to ask you, sir, as you said that you equipped yourself with this chartered accountancy degree. So what came first in your life, the politics or the chartered accountancy degree?
I'll be very honest with you. I became chartered accountant only because of my father wanted me to be a chartered accountant. He was not a chartered accountant, he was in business.
So he wanted his son to be the one.
But he said, you be a chartered accountant. When I became chartered accountant, there was never a thought of my ever entering politics.
Okay.
Never. And in fact, all my family, none of them are in politics. And normally as those families which are not anything to do with politics, as you know, they distrust politics. So they were telling me, don't ever think of joining politics. That's what
A
my
little bit
upbringing.
of afraid is always there, na? Because no one from your family is over there to safeguard you at some point of time. So I can see this chartered accountancy degree safeguarding you every time when you handled a very crucial position.
You're absolutely right. Because you are a chartered accountant, you have a training. At least I remember when I became chartered accountant, the training that I got was of a kind which gives you a ability to look at many issues from multiple angles.
Right.
And also you can deal with multiple linkages of a single issue.
So it gives you a 360-degree dimension.
Exactly. I fully agree with you. It's very well said. It's 360 dimensional view of a particular problem. And so I would honestly tell you that if I was not a chartered accountant, I wouldn't be able to do what I could do.
Without a CA degree, it would have been really difficult.
Absolutely correct. Because, always it helps you. I'm not saying accounts help you or taxation training helps you, but a process of training which leads you to become a chartered accountant, because there should be articleship, very comprehensive 3 years articleship. Then the kind of syllabus you had and which you had to answer question. When I passed out, I think the result was less than 2%, maybe probably 1%.
Yeah.
I remember that. So that process of studies, appearing for the examination, preparing yourself mentally, because it's also a mental test.
Yes, of course.
And also physical endurance. No other profession can have so much of practical grounded training as the chartered accountants used to get. So this is a very, very good way. So I have a lot of gratitude towards my profession. Because
Sir, I would like to ask you here, as you clearly mentioned, that the curriculum that is being designed, the studies, the way it is being designed, it has really helped you to shape up what you are today and the decisions that you have taken when you were there at the key positions. So, if I ask you that the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, because that's the institute which creates this kind of curriculum and they pave the path for the students to come up and learn from that particular style of course. So, because you are a member of parliament, so have you ever tried to work for the continuous growth of the institution as well, because you are at the like a powerful position even today and you are an esteemed member of ICI as well. So have you ever thought of doing something for that institute, particularly as a like giving back to the profession?
it's a very good question actually. If you really look at it, the societies get built because of institutions. The democracy functions because of institutions. So the same way that profession depends on the institution support. So the Chartered Accountant Institute, I think we have to ensure that it becomes independent, professionally run members' body. There are sometimes misunderstanding, miscommunication, lack of understanding about what the institute stands for. But I try to convey it to my colleagues in the parliament. This is my 26th year in the parliament. So I was 4 times in Lok Sabha. And then now in Rajya
That's
Sabha 2
remarkable,
terms.
sir.
So I have always, in my own individual capacity, because people might say that you are saying this because you are chartered accountant. I said absolutely right, because I can say that because I am a chartered accountant, because only chartered accountant will understand what it means.
You can understand it better.
That's why I will tell you that what it means. So I always do that.
Sir, as ICAI, like it continues to work for the students who are aspiring to be the CA professionals today. So this degree is always going to help them. Is there any kind of advantage that you would like to share with them of this profession?
From my personal experience, I feel that this environmental opening that I got, exposure I got, helped me, along with the technical training that Chartered Accountant Institute offered. But along with the technical training, the process of training, the kind of institutional support that they provided by giving practical training, etc., helped me a lot.
It helped you a lot. You had been into very key positions in your career as well, in your politics career, be it railways, be it aviation, or be it power sector. And you are also the Sherpa of the G7 and G20 summit. So here I can see very good leadership quality in you. I would like to ask you, could you please share some of those leadership traits for our aspiring chartered accountants as well? Because if they want to do something in life, those leadership qualities are very much required, and you are handling it so well.
You don't have leadership only in politics. You have leadership in business, you have leadership in social sphere, your leadership in medical sphere, many places.
Everywhere.
It all depends upon the cause that you take up. So what is leadership is? Get a personification of an idea, where people can follow that idea. That can happen only when, first, your intent should be good.
Right.
Because people can see through you very well. We may think that I am trying to, I can
हमारा
pretend.
जो चेहरा है ये आईना है,
I can
सब दिखाई
pretend.
देता है.
People see through everything. So once they know that you stand for something good, there are people will go out of their way to help you out. All my life is an example of how people help me. In fact, I really owe it to thousands of people, honestly. They helped me without expectation, without anything, only because they felt that they need to help me, because what I was doing, in their opinion, was good.
Rightly said, sir. Very rightly said. And to all my audience as well, I would like to say, this world, when we say that there are a lot of bad elements in the society going on, we need to understand that sometimes when we say that this world is bad, it is not bad because of the violence of some people. It is bad because of the silence of good people. So good people should not be silent. If you want to say something, if you want to raise a voice, you should stand up and you should raise your voice. So this is what a leadership quality is as well. So, sir, if I talk about you, you are like currently also, you are involved into 16 global organizations. You don't have time for doing a lot of other things when you are a member of parliament into Rajya Sabha. You have many more things going on over there. So how do you manage your time, and those managerial skills, do you owe it to the degree of chartered accountancy that they have made you understand that how to manage it well?
Time is there. See, of course, the life is only one. That one must remember. I mean, when you're asking the audience, I want to tell them, because I'm a much older person, that there's only one life. The time is limited. But if you prioritize it correctly, then there is Shailendra many years ago in Tisri Kasam had said, बचपन खेल में खोया, दीवाने बाद में जब बुढ़ापा देखकर रोया, बड़ा बुढ़ापा देखकर रोएगा obviously because you didn't do anything.
Of course.
So I think you must prioritize it properly. Then there is enough time.
How do you see back? Like, was that a fun time, or you see it as a time of rigorous training, something that has molded you to be the better person and a better personality what you are today?
जैसे कहते हैं मेहनत का फल बहुत मीठा होता है. So having studied so hard, obviously I was very happy because firstly I never expected that I will pass and then I passed. So it was very, very heartening, very enjoyable. So I remember that experience very well. When my result came and I was declared pass, I thought, I'm sure they're not making some mistake in the printing or something, but my name is certainly there. But having realized that it's not a mistake but a reality, obviously it was a happy moment.
Sir, we're talking about chartered accountancy. If I ask you, do you meet your CA fraternity on regular basis?
Quite a lot. In fact, I think if you ask the fellow chartered accountants, they would say that I am one person who is available to them at any time and all times. Because I feel it's my duty and responsibility. If you have something, try to give it to others. What I have today is only some sort of experience, nothing more than that. Why not share with others?
The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is a premier accounting body of the country. The institute houses various committees which are devoted to different dimensions of chartered accountancy. The Committee for Members in Industry and Business is one such committee which focuses on enhancing relations between the institute and chartered accountants in industries in various capacities so as to provide maximum employment opportunities to the professionals. The 21st World Congress of Accountants, known as the Olympics of the accountancy profession, is being hosted by ICAI from November 18th to 21st, 2022 at Geo World Centre, Mumbai. Being held for the first time in India, this is one of the most prestigious global events of professional accountants organized under the aegis of the International Federation of Accountants, where a conglomeration of 6,000 delegates from over 130 countries exchange views with other accounting and finance professionals from around the world.
Sir, this committee which is organizing this program of chartered accountants, the growth gears, it is the Committee for Members in Industry and Business. So as you are aware, so this committee is doing a lot for the profession as well. So do you see these kind of committees and council which are there in ICAI can play pivotal role for the development of not only of the institute but also of the future generation and ultimately of the development of the country?
Now, this is what I keep telling my fellow chartered accountants, that you are very lucky as a professional, because not everybody becomes chartered accountant. There are many, less than a million chartered accountants in the country. So why don't you try to use that knowledge collectively? Because individually sometimes become difficult. Because institute is very well organized. There are regional council, there is central council, regional council, branches, then there are study circles all over. And they are very grassroots. So why not you use that organizational structure to collectively offer your collective wisdom and knowledge and experience for the betterment of certain society, of course, but also addressing some societal challenges.
Right.
Like, for example, I was the Minister of Environment in 1998.
Please, sir.
I started a concept of natural resource accounting.
Okay.
That if you don't know the natural resource value, then you lose it very easily. You don't know the value of a water body, you can say it doesn't matter, water body kya udhar se dusra bhaav jayega. But that doesn't help you, because nowadays only we understand value by money.
Value by money, yes.
So when you do natural resource accounting, you would understand the value and what you are losing. Once you know the loss of money in money terms, then you may not like to lose it.
Exactly.
So this is what I am telling my chartered accountant friends, that you should try to use this kind of experiences, because chartered accountant can address such challenges and start curing social ills, if not physically body, which doctors can do. So a doctor should try to help people in the area in which he can help.
Right.
Chartered accountant must help in the areas in which they have knowledge, experience, expertise.
So what I can feel from your words, sir, that a doctor can help you in curing, but chartered accountant can help in prevention. And prevention is always better than cure.
Absolutely right. In fact, he can help in many ways. Because chartered accountants have multifarious experiences and knowledge.
Of course.
So I think he can do many, many things which normal person will understand the problem, but he doesn't know the solution. Let's take climate change.
Huh.
Now, climate change is such a complex issue. I'm doing one of my PhD in climate change in Germany.
Okay.
So it's a very complex issue. So when you talk about complexity, chartered accountants, because of their ability to decipher the various missing linkages as well as understanding the complexities, they can address this problem very well. But
Yeah.
climate change, the problem with common man is facing in my Konkan area also is facing problem because coastal area is suffering. So I think we can address these issues.
Beautiful. So, sir, it was wonderful talking to you. But before we say a goodbye to you, and I say a lot of thank you to you for giving your time, I have a special segment, and which is called Shilpa Bhawana Special. So, it's a special round of rapid fire. I'm going to play a game with you, and you have to be ready for it.
As I told you, sometimes you don't have a choice to accept the reality.
Yeah. So, as you are saying that you don't have a choice, but here I'm going to give you some choices, and you have to choose one, right? So, Mumbai, Andhra Pradesh, or Delhi? What do you choose?
Difficult to say, but today obviously my priority is Andhra Pradesh because I represent the state of Andhra Pradesh. But Mumbai is a place where I was born, so I don't want to prioritize between the two. It's like asking a mother which child you prefer more. So I think it's like a mother's dilemma.
Okay, so no choice here. Qualifications or skills?
I think you acquire skills through qualification. So that is always the case. So you actually do both.
But I would really say, sir, that you have played it very cleverly and you won. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you so much for joining us in this interview. It was lovely talking to you, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Friends, our skills and qualifications help us to achieve several milestones in life. But what matters the most is the ability and the thought process of giving it back to the society, returning it back to the community, because these are the people who helped us to reach those milestones. My dear friends, whenever you get such opportunity, you should work really hard and you should work limitless to make it happen, as CS Suresh Prabhu did. And he actually became the growth gear. The Committee for Members in Industry and Business, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, is going to make you meet more such personalities with our consecutively next episodes. My dear friends, till then, Shilpa Bhawana signs off for today. Apna bahut khayal rakhiye. Be safe. Jai Hind.